guys, welcome back to the channel. Gabe here. I have another reading for you tonight. I'm going to be pulling from The Power of Surrender and Keepers of the Light. We can see what's going on with our twin flames tonight, what's going on in your union, and maybe shed some light on how to move forward. So, our first cards for tonight are Surrender to Effortlessness and Intervention and Purpose, the Divine Director. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. So what immediately I get from there is that allow God to guide your way. And some of you, I know God is a trigger for some people, but this is source, love, the universe, whatever it is, I call it God, that creates you, that created you with your twin flame. Allow your life to be directed by God. And, just all you have to do is walk through the doors. You don't have to figure it out. You just have to go through the open doors that God presents to you. And it can be effortless and easy. Just make sure you're feeling your feelings, you're moving through your upsets, and everything will work out perfectly. All right, next card. Surrender unhealthy relationships and divine order. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. Yeah, so something I immediately came up here for me that's going on is surrender to the divine order in your relationship. Something I see a lot, especially like in twin flame forums, and even as I took this approach to my union and the journey, is pushing and feeling like I want to be here, and maybe you're not quite there yet, but you want to be there. You want to bring in your twin flame. You want to call them in and you want to be with them. I'm ready to be with them right now. But if you look at your life, you're obsessed about them. You don't have any joy in your life. You're not happy with where you are in life. All of your attention is focused on them and how much better your life will be if your twin flame is suddenly in your life. And that's not how it works. This is a call right here to say, like, hey, that is an unhealthy way of looking at your relationship. You want to build that relationship first with yourself, first with love, with life. Really get to know yourself, really love yourself. And your twin flame will be brought to you in divine order. Because if you can call in your twin flame before you're ready. And if you do that, you're just going to experience all of that, all that you haven't resolved, magnified. They'll be magnetized to you, but it'll be magnified within your union, because your twin flame can't help but reflect those things to you. And if you're not actively doing your mirror exercises, you're not actively loving yourself, you're going to end up in maybe a toxic type situation, because all you've been doing is obsessing over them and making them your source, instead of going to God as your source and loving yourself first. It's very important to have that divine order, to have that, to keep that order always in that order, like God, yourself, and then your twin flame, because otherwise you're going to have like a very unhealthy relationship, and you're not going to have a good time, bro. Is basically what I just see that. I think it's from South Park. It's like, you're going to have a bad time. If you call in more than you're ready for, and it's okay if you're not quite ready to have a relationship with your twin flame, or if you want to be ready, choose that, and God will bring you the challenges that you need to face, the blocks that need to come up, that you need to move through in order to have that union and harmonious union with your twin flame. Don't worry, you can't lose your twin flame, no matter what it looks like, no matter how many times you've tried to come together and it blew up. You can always repair your relationship with yourself And so you can always repair your relationship with your twin flame. It just takes the choice to love yourself and put yourself first. Next card. Surrender obsessive thinking and call to action. Take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. Yeah, this is let go of all of the obsession, actually love yourself, like, oh, I want to love myself. I want to do this. And I know this from my own experience of you'll do the mirror exercise. You work really hard and then you kind of like check. You're like, okay, like what is my twin flame doing now? Like, have they texted me yet? Have they done these things? And that's, nope, same thing is right here. Like, let go of the toxic, like, over obsession about your twin flame. You can love your twin flame. You can think about your twin flame. But if you're just like, what are they doing right now? Like, I have to know what they're doing right now. That's obsessive behavior. And what you need to do is actually love yourself. Like, don't just say it. Don't just talk about how you love yourself. Don't just, say, I'm doing the mirror exercise. Why isn't my twin flame talking to me? Love yourself, communicate with yourself, and, put yourself first. Don't just talk about it. Don't just say, hey, I'm doing the thing, and not actually do the thing. You have to actually talk the talk, walk the walk. And when you're doing that, when you're genuinely loving yourself, putting yourself first, and quite honestly, not like obsessing about them, just like, they pop in your head. You're like, oh, I like them. I love them. I like to talk to them. I'll talk to them, but it's okay. Wherever we're at, like, that is where you need to be to attract your twin flame. Because if you can already recognize that you're one with them and you're already with them, no matter where you are in spiritual truth, then you're going to have an easier time actually manifesting them and keeping them in your life rather than trying to like go outside of yourself and grab a hold of them. So yeah, this is just going deeper into that. All right, last couple cards and then we're going to do the bottom of decks. So this, this final card for the surrender deck is surrender to creativity. And the card from the Keepers of the Light is Paul the Venetian, experiencing grace. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. Yeah, this is about living your life purpose, about being creative, about, about how you like solve the issue if your twin flame's not talking to you or they're not recognizing you. It's like finding yourself, going deeper into you, being you, giving your gift to the world. And giving your gift is just sharing yourself with the world. It doesn't have to look any certain way. It doesn't have to be this grand thing. You don't have to be Elon Musk. You don't have to be someone who is, meant to be a billionaire to be with your twin flame or have a life purpose that is so grand. You can just be you, share yourself with the world. And, your twin flame is attracted to that when you are being yourself in the most authentic way. So, use that to your advantage. Use that creative energy to attract your twin flame, and not just to attract your twin flame, but to actually express yourself. You don't have to go into it of like, I'm doing it to attract my twin flame, because that's not really going to work. That's control. You do the things that you desire to do because they feel good to you. They are your passion. They're what you love to do. And your twin flame will naturally say like, oh, I like that, because that's, what they're designed to love. And, if you notice your twin flame, like they're not quite coming around just yet, that's okay. Go deeper into who you are. Go deeper into your self-love. And you can't help but attract your twin flame when you're like loving yourself and allowing yourself to be vulnerable and open and just loving. Love God, love yourself, and your twin flame will be right there. Bottoms of the deck. Yes, I've been getting these cards a lot lately, so this is a call for a lot of us to have more joy in our lives. I know that's something that I'm working on too. Surrender to joy. And Green Tara, supreme protection. You are protected. Cords are being cut. Move beyond limitation. Trust. Yes. Sometimes finding joy in your life requires you to get out of your comfort zone, requires you to do these things that are for your life purpose. And, you know, things that you're doing for your life purpose, you've been doing these things in pieces your whole life. Your whole life has been preparing you to live your life purpose. And, you know, and that will bring you joy. And it's okay if you have blocks to that. It's okay that if you have blocks to joy, you know, that's something that I'm working on big time. You know, it's just like allowing myself to feel joy. You know, I come from this, like, you know, place where I haven't experienced a lot of joy in my life. I've had to, you know, deal with anxiety, depression, you know, feeling like I was, you know, trapped in this, like, world of, you know, being who I had, you know, who everyone expected me to be, and not really being true to myself. And, you know, as I've, like, embraced who I truly am, as I've, like, started taking steps in directions of exploring my creativity, exploring things that I actually like, the more, you know, peace and joy I'm starting to cultivate. And it's just a process. So, you know, especially for those of you, you know, who are like me, that, you know, had, like, experienced a lot of depression, a lot of suffering, a lot of pain. You know, it can be a process to let go of that, because sometimes you get addicted to it. That's what you know. And it's kind of like a safe zone. I'm safe in this place of being sad. And it's okay to break out of that. It's okay to break that cycle, but you have to want the joy. You have to want your love more than you want the pain or the sadness or whatever it is, and be willing to take those steps. And the mirror exercise is really great. And if you find yourself hitting a wall, you know, that's a great time to maybe look at it maybe being a trauma, and going to a mind alignment process or MAP, going through that to actually, you know, heal the trauma. But, you know, just know that as you heal in these places, either with the mirror exercise or with MAP, you will be able to experience more joy in your life. And that joy, you know, you're protected as you're exploring these things. You're protected as you're, you know, finding out what works for you. You don't have to worry that, you know, God isn't going to support you. God will open the door for you and will support you as you support yourself in that exploration and finding of your deeper true self. So I think this is a beautiful reading tonight about just, like, letting go of, like, all these limitations of, like, it has to look a certain way, it has to be a certain way. One of my favorite things about this deck is that a lot of us move through control patterns, and I know that's something I do too. It's like, and it's just like the willingness to live a surrendered life to God is like letting go of what it looks like. Don't not giving a fuck about, you know, what he said, she said, what they think, what, you know, what it looks like on the outside. Do what feels best to you. Love yourself first, and you'll be supported as you're following God's guidance. If you're moving from a place of anger and fear and hurt, then you're not going to have a good time. You're going to have, you know, a lot of obstacles in your way. You're going to manifest a lot of pain and suffering. And maybe you need that contrast to really, like, say, nope, this is not what I want. And some people do, and that's okay. You're a child of God. You're perfect. And, you know, you're never separate from love. But if you can recognize that and start to point yourself towards love, start to point yourself towards God, live that surrendered life, you're going to have a much more joyful and peaceful time, and you'll see miracles occur in your life. So, yeah, beautiful reading tonight, guys. I enjoyed doing this so much for you. If you like this reading, don't forget, and you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. If you'd like your own personal reading, I do those at my website, sacredtwinflameunion.com. If you'd like to work with me as a certified ascension coach, you can also find my coaching services there as well. And otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video.